176 yards. Sirianni's like, want to break the record? He's like, nah, I'm fine. I got plenty of yards. Well, not this year. Down from 125 to 53. Who won last week? Do we remember?
Coach.
Coach won. So, Greg, that is your seat. You can choose to pass or play.
I will play.
Okay, here we go.
This is definitely a must-win. Look, this is a team that was setting the pace for not only the league but definitely the NFC in terms of the 1 seed. And now you tripped up, obviously, against the Broncos, and the style of which you have been playing is being in question. You have an opponent where you just got to win the games you're supposed to win. This is a game that you're supposed to win. I don't care how it looks, but you can't put yourself in a situation where you're fighting at the end of the season to get home playoff games, because road Eagles in the playoffs is different than home Eagles in the playoffs. The 2 road games that just Jalen Hurts has had, he's lost. Both against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. When they play at home, it's a different team, and you're supposed to win this game. Go out there and get it.
Yeah, so I don't think a win in and of itself does much for Philly.
Interesting.
We've seen them be plenty, upset or dysfunctional might be too strong, but post a win, I know post this loss, they had a 2-hour meeting, Jalen, AJ, and Saquon, and this is really a Kevin Wildes take that I've co-opted. That meeting's too long. Marriage counseling's 55 minutes, guys. Anything that wasn't accomplished in the first 45 minutes of that meeting's not going to be accomplished in minute 102. But that's neither here nor there. The answer is this, KW, and you alluded to it. It's a must-have Saquon go-off game. If Saquon Barkley, against the league's 6th worst rushing defense, in a game where he should be fresh since he got 1 second-half carry last week, cannot go off, then we just need to accept, okay, this is going to be a down year for Saquon. They are not going, and in his career, his super high usage years have been followed by at least slight, if not significant dips, and last year was his highest usage year by a mile. So it's a must-win with Saquon having a monster game. We are still going to think about him as anything close to last year's Saquon.
Definitely a must-win after that players-only meeting, whatever it was. You don't want to lose that momentum coming out of a meeting like that. You come out of that where everybody's talked about it like, oh, wow, okay, this is going to solve something, and lose to the hapless Giants, not good. Secondly, Nick was right about Saquon. The problem is he didn't name it. It's the must S-squared game. Must salvage Saquon game. All right? You got your former team you're playing against, right?
That's right.
And they're one of the worst rushing defenses in the league.
You're saying everything
all right?
I said.
Well, you didn't say that. They give up 140 yards a game. Okay.
40 yards
and they allow 5.5 yards a carry.
What?
You go in there getting 3 yards a pop, something's wrong. Saquon hadn't had a 100-yard game all season, only 73 yards rushing in the last 2 games combined.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Throw in the towel. Guys, yikes. Wave it off. Obviously 1-0. Sorry. Sunday at 1 on Fox. Rams at Ravens. Favored by more than a touchdown. Now, Brew, you retired a show mainstay, and it might not come back against this powerful Rams offense. Let's look at the Rams offense. It's excellent, powered by everybody's All-American Matthew Stafford. Ravens defense continues to be terrible. Here, of course, is what you retired.
Oh, wow.
All the Ravens stuff. Well, we're just waiting for the day that we can bring it back out.
This would be a win worthy of bringing it back, but Lamar's not there, so.
Okay.
I mean, that'd be make it great.
You can just break the rules.
Go ahead.
Okay. Nick, it's your turn. You're down 1-0.
It is not a must-win because if they lose, everyone's just going to say, all right, after the bye, Lamar's back, and you have Bears, Dolphins, Vikings, Browns, Jets, Bengals, rip off 5 out of 6 or something, and you're right back in it. However, a win would flip the season for them.
Ooh.
Because if they steal this win and then have that exact schedule coming up and Lamar coming back, they can sit there and say, guys, we're 2-4. Like, we're 2-4. We as bad as that would have sounded going into the season, it wouldn't have sounded that bad at all 3 days ago, knowing this is what was coming up in front of us. And the Chiefs who nobody's given up on, are going to go into Week 7 either 2-4 or 3-3, and people are going to think they're fine. So I don't think they have to win. If they do win, I think they undergo a bit of a transformation psychologically of, guys, it's going to be fine. Lamar's going to come back. The defense isn't going to stay the worst in the league.
Psychological transformation.
No, and if they won, their defense would have to play well. Right?
Yes.
I mean, Cooper Rush not putting up 40 points, I don't think. So that's true. Not a must win. Nobody expects them to win without Lamar. And like Nick said, the schedule, 1 out of 6, he named the teams, but only one of those 6 teams has a winning record. So they lose. I said it. That Chicago game a couple weeks ago, that Chicago game, that's really their season. That could be their season. So that's a huge game out of the bye, assuming Lamar will be back. Here's the other thing. It's also not a must-win for the Ravens, but it is a must-win for the Rams.
Oh, a little Rams.
Rams have lost 2 of their last 3. People think they're a Super Bowl contender, but they lost to San Francisco as banged up as they are with, no offense, with Mac Jones at quarterback. And so they got it. Look, Stafford has been putting up 400 yards a game almost over the last 2. He's got to cook against this team. If they don't and they lose, your morale is really dropping in a tough division that is going to be hard to survive. So, yeah, must win for the Rams.
It's a must win for the Ravens. Look, I don't care who's playing. Number one, are you going to compete? As a player, are you going to compete? Who are you? Because we don't recognize who you are right now. As Raven Flock Nation, whatever you used to be, we need to see it. So with or without Lamar, you need to win. You need to show up and play like a Raven. Whatever that means to you in that building, do it. Must win. Give me that point, Wild.
That's all theatrics.
Well, you guys are like, they're going to be like 1-14. They can make a run. Like, they're losing a lot of games. It's got to be a must win.
I didn't know theatrics got points.
That's the only 100%
thing you do.
Exactly.
Well, it's time now for the bonus round.
All right.
This is worth 3 points, so it's still anybody's ball. No, it's actually worth 2 points, so it's anybody's ball game. I'm sorry. I thought it was worth 3 points. Bengals and Green Bay. Flacco making his Cincy debut as a 14-point underdog. Now, the weird part is he's already beaten the Packers, but it was the worst win by any quarterback this season, but it still counts in the win column. Here he was against the Packers defense. Hey, that was enough for Cincinnati to sign him. So is this a must-win for the Packers? Again, this is the bonus round. But, Brew, you're leading off.
Absolutely. All right, it's definitely a must-win. They haven't won in their last 2 games. I know they tied one, but still, they haven't won. They've lost that momentum from the great start with the 2 big wins over Detroit and Washington. And it is a get-back game at Joe Flacco, a payback game because he beat them with Cleveland. On top of it being a must-win for Green Bay, it is a must-turn-back-the-clock game for Joe Flacco.
To just a few weeks ago.
No, to a couple years ago. He has turned back the clock before. 2 years ago in Cleveland, he was left for dead. He was old. Everybody had written him off. He goes out there, has a great run, and leads them to the playoffs. He must turn back the clock and play well to keep Jamar Chase and T. Higgins engaged, and really the rest of the team. If they go out there and lose their 4th straight game and Flacco plays poorly, he's supposed to be the cavalry. And he doesn't have it, then those guys might zone out for the rest of the season.
Wild, mark this point down. It's a must-win. You're coming off a bye. Clearly, we know that you got extra time to prepare for a team that everybody in your division who has played them thus far, a.k.a. Detroit, Minnesota, has smacked them. And just for giggles, real talk, guys, I'm going to be there. Wow. I'm going to be in the building. Get it done. Look, we want antics. I'll give you antics. You better not lose this game. And when I come to practice on Saturday, I better see effort like I'm going to see that translates to winning a game against the Bengals. We don't care about no stinking Bengals. Who they? Nobody cares. Win the game.
What type of practice do they do the day before the game?
Walk through at the hotel.
Okay, yeah.
No,
I don't even know that Nick should go.
They're not on the road.
How they're just going to be walking? You're like,
I want to see it in your eyes. I want to see the attention to detail. They don't know what that is. I know what it looks like. Coach, hold on, run that again.
Oh, yeah.
Walk through. Repeat it. I didn't like the way I saw it.
You were in a tough spot.
You're in a tough
Just
spot.
let it go.
You were in a
I'm
tough spot.
not even going to try to get the point. I'm just going to try to give two quick pieces of
Ooh, this is
analysis.
nice.
One is, what is a must-have is the Packer defense look like it looked the first 3 weeks and not the game we saw them tie against the Cowboys. Their path to the Super Bowl is having a top 3 defense in football. We thought they were going to have that. And the last one, this is an oldie but a goodie that I can't help myself but to bring up whenever something like this happens. Once upon a time, a lot of our friends and family in the media swore you could never sign a quarterback off the street and ask him to play within 1 or 2 or 3 weeks. It was impossible. They needed a month. Colin Kaepernick's not getting blackballed. It's just that it takes him a month to pick up a game plan. Since then, Baker flew Southwest to LA, won a game 6 hours later. Joe Flacco was a Brown this week and is playing for the Bengals in 2 days. And everyone's like, let's see how it works. That was always a farce. Give Greg the point.
That wasn't bad, though.
That wasn't bad.
Thank you.
Greg still.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
It was Nick did a good job.
Coming up next, a special edition of Bruce Ballot. Is Jared Goff going to be atop the ballot? That's next.
It's going to be a surprising ballot to you guys.
If Jerry knew football the way Tom Brady knows football.